So U Group is ultimately what we're known as. It's started off as utility supply for electricity, gas and water. More recently, we've just added on U Smart, which is our engineering team in Bolton. They supply and fit smart meters. We already had an existing relationship with PeopleHR, which we started in 2018. And one of the reasons we liked PeopleHR, it was a young, innovative organisation which mirrored our own kind of ambitions. I mean, what's useful with PeopleHR? I mean, you've got all the data in one place, for colleagues. So when you can look at in terms of who are the leavers, who are going to join us. But what I love about it is I've got the app on my phone and I can have a look at it. So if I needed some emergency contact details kind of thing, somebody's ringing me on a weekend, then I can, rather than logging onto the computer, I've got the app, log onto it. It's easy accessible and it's simple and it's there. And I can give that. We are growing exponentially and that brings its own kind of challenges. How do you kind of carry on? And we know exactly where the labour market's been the last 2 years. There's been a pandemic and then suddenly we're tiptoeing into recession. Finding the right people, it's been I think 50-year kind of low in the last kind of year or so. So we've had to think very creatively, very differently, using the universities as a kind of feeder, using the apprenticeship kind of route, and also re-looking at all our process systems and start thinking about how do we move away from manual processes and actually start thinking in a more sophisticated way where we can automate a lot of that stuff that we're trying to do. One of the things consistently do is review the business in terms of where we are every single year. And I've been also doing that as part of the HR function. What does that mean? Learning has been a massive theme for the last kind of couple of years. How do we retain the kind of knowledge in the kind of organisations? How do we create a learning culture in the organisation? And we've got a very diverse workforce which require different kind of learning styles, different interventions, gamification. Commercially made so much sense to go with the Access Group because some of the products and some of the libraries they had would be paying 3-4 times the amount with some of the competitors. And when we looked at the libraries, Kath and I looked at the libraries, and we thought these are good. We can develop our own content, but there's so much stuff which is generic off the shelf. It was an easy decision to be made.
We're trying to create that learning mindset within the whole business. We want our colleagues to want to learn. What we want is somewhere that's sleek, that can be personalised for them. And this is exactly what I'm doing when I've built their dashboard so they can see how much of their continual personal development that they've done. They've got, leaderboards. There's even a news feed on there so they can start to see what's coming in from the energy industry. I've put our own Twitter feed on there as well, so they get to see all the things that have been put on. So I think it's a really interactive area that we can start to bring people to, and it's their one-stop shop for knowledge, development, and a bit of news as well. And that's what we want, something that everyone naturally logs into every day. And then they can spend a certain amount of their time every month learning something new, looking for something, looking to develop themselves. What I'm doing currently is I'm pulling from the library that we've purchased, where I've put together a pathway that's got health and safety, cyber awareness, phishing and all of those things. I will say I asked a couple of my team members to trial it out for me, and they did enjoy the phishing game, the computer game after that, which was all about trying to hack different companies. They spent probably a bit longer than was necessary on that, but they really enjoyed that. I love that there's that element of gamification. Getting this implemented now, this LMS from Access, I think it's going to be a really major part of bringing that learning mentality throughout the whole business. We're really, really excited about getting it out there.
We have our engagement surveys every single year, and for the last 5 years, the scores increase year on year. I think it's fair to say we're in the top quartile in terms of engagement scores as a kind of business in terms of our industry. And as a result of that, one of the things we're really proud of our score. Our engagement score also kind of reflected people wanted a better benefits platform. We went with Caboodle in the space of 4 weeks. I think we've had a 60% access rate already, which tells us it's gone down well with our colleagues. I think we've got everything from the employee assistance kind of program. There's there's the retail discounts, there's the hotel discounts. Most of it seems to be hospitality, but there is other stuff on there. So if you want financial advice, the things that we would have paid on our EAP, actually that's already built in. So we then gave notice to our existing EAP because that's already part of the package. Yeah, we have saved money. Yeah. And the beauty about it is if we grow to 300-400 people, suddenly we're not going to have to pay a premium. That is the price for the year.
I think what I like about it as a user, as opposed to HR, but as a user, as someone, as an employee that's downloaded it, I think what makes it more accessible is the fact that you have it in an app, so it's with me all the time. So I've got it on my phone, so whenever I look to book something, it's usually on my phone, and then I'm just having a look, right, can I get a discount with this as well? I think it's really good. I think because it's something you take outside of work. I think any other employee sort of like benefit system before, you don't think about it once you've left work, but with this one, it's
24/7
in your one-stop shop, isn't it? It's there on your phone that you're going to use all the time. I think it's really, really good.